Neopian lore, what we got in store. Talking about the things that we love and adore. We're all over 20, but we stay indoors and play this game. And love this game. Sometimes hate this game. But let's all talk about Neopian lore. Yeah! Woohoo!
Welcome to episode 13 of Neopian Lore. Today we've got a mini episode for a mini character. I'll try to be as accurate as possible and attempt to pronounce all names correctly, but to keep in mind, this world is fictional and this is all just for fun. I'm your host, Krista Poyman. Now let's cozy up to some nostalgia. No one is quite certain how to categorize Boochi. This diminutive Bruce has the technology to make Neopets better, at least in his eyes. One zap from his ray gun will transform a Neopet into a sweet little baby. Some see a visit from Boochi as a wonderful gift, while others cringe at the thought and get jumpy with the mere mention of this Bruce. Let's activate your imagination, shall we? All you have to do is picture your favorite Neopet and insert them into the following scenario. Oh no! Boochi fires his ray gun and turns eggs our life 56_XOXO into a baby Terry. Now, how would you react? Would you leap for joy? Curl in a corner to cry after recently spending 10 million Neo points on a paintbrush? Be confused your pet could even turn baby? In Boochi's prime, this baby penguin, pink as bubblegum with a complimentary magenta bow, was synonymous with chaos and a very controversial figure. From 2003 to 2014, you could ask any Neopian and they would have a strong opinion on Boochi. Some desperately wanted a visit from him, hoping their active pet would tempt his appearance. Others had horror stories of having the wrong pet active because of a fairy quest or daily, and of course, he appeared in those few page refreshes. Rest in pixels, those unfortunate unconverteds caught in the crossfires. The year 13 advent calendar even released an item, The Big Book of Boochi. The description, a book that lists all the latest victims of Boochi himself. I shudder to think how many names must be listed in those pages. When Boochi was active, there were many strange rumors about how to get him to visit you, such as having your active pet and avatar match, having baby items in your inventory, or the more you mentioned his name on the boards, the more likely he was to appear. TNT shot those theories down in the editorial stating, "Ugh, no, not at all. There's nothing you can do to attempt to force a visit from Boochi." Boochi wasn't the only color-changing event to terrorize Neopians. Your pet could randomly become invisible, or multicolored water could fall from the sky, presumably from the rainbow fountain, and drench your Neopet a random color. And if you kept your pet sad or angry for a prolonged period of time, your pets could become blue or red respectively. But if that happened, sorry, that's on you. It doesn't cost anything to snag a toy from the money tree. These events were also retired, so Neopians can rest easy. Before we go theorizing into Boochi's past, present, and future, baby penguins. We gotta talk about them. More specifically, the little blue fairy penguin. I mean, come on. What animal has a more adorable name than that? Even their scientific genus name is cute. Adyptala, which means good little diver. It's the smallest species of penguin found in New Zealand and Australia, and true to their name, they are indigo blue. And they don't migrate. They just chill on the beach all year long. To put in perspective how small they are, they measure 13 to 15 inches in length, or 36 to 43 centimeters, and weigh only 2 to 3 pounds. And what's smaller than a fairy penguin? A baby fairy penguin. Male and female blue fairy penguins form lifelong pairs, and the male makes a nest in an underground burrow or rock crevice. The female lays a clutch of 2 eggs, each only weighing about 1.9 ounces or 54 grams. Mom and dad tag team incubation, and when the babies hatch, equally share feeding and care duties. Dream team parents here. And a gross but super amazing fact, Fairy penguins' diets consist mostly of small fish, which are covered in silver fish scales, so when they poop, it's sparkly. Researchers call this glittery dung, wait for it, fairy dust. Even their poop is cute! As for where Boochi came from, his past is shrouded in deepest secrecy. Scientists at the Chesterpot Institute have been unable to determine the source of his mysterious ray gun, never mind his motivation. Is he the product of a secret laboratory project gone wrong? Did he say something snide to a dark fairy, or did he ask a favor from a light fairy? Perhaps he was once a brilliant scientist who was simply too clever for his own good. After all, someone designed the miniature ray gun that Boochi wields with such glee. Whole books have been filled with theories. We may never know for certain. Boochi's vocabulary nowadays consists mainly of gurgles and wicked laughter, and anyone who tries to get an interview, well, let's just say they never get around to writing a report. So what's up with Boochi's ray gun? I have two working theories. Perhaps Boochi snuck into the secret laboratory and stole the baby function. There are only 7 colors the lab ray won't change your pet, baby included. Maybe he got zapped baby, and in retaliation, he stole that part of the lab ray to enact his wrath on other Neopets. Or, hear me out, maybe his dad is the lab ray scientist. Like father, like son. He would have also given him an exclusive color to zap pets with. How cute is that? His weapon also looks really similar to the item Pocket Lab Ray, which is exactly as it sounds. Who else could make such a device other than the Lab Ray scientist? You can see Boochi's ray gun in action at the Battle Dome. Quote, Boochi is a strange creature. He roams Neopia searching for innocent victims to fire his ray gun at with the aim of turning them into babies, just like him. Thankfully, he doesn't have the dexterity to be a good aim and misses a lot of the time. He's a decent beginner opponent as his starting hit points are 15, 20, and 24. There's no risk of Boochi altering your pets, unlike the lab ray scientist who can change your pet's gender when you battle him. Other weapons include Boochi's rattle, spoiled milk, and as a last resort, he might throw a pile of dung at you, which real-world penguins are known as projectile poopers, able to shoot their poop 4 feet. I promise you, I did not anticipate talking about penguin dung this much. One character-specific prize you can win is the Boochi Piñata, and if one of your pets plays with it, you win 3 prizes from a pool of 13. Checking out Boochi's Neopedia page, you'll see his age is listed as 17. I know it's a bit fuzzy on if canonical Neopets necessarily age, so maybe he's even older than that, but still. Best case scenario, this is a nearly adult Neopet trapped in a baby's body, very Peter Pan-esque. If this transformation was unintentional, no wonder he's been letting out his frustrations on others. Does anyone have a spare paintbrush? Then again, a Christmas paintbrush is only 35,000 Neopoints. Surely him or his mom could afford that. Though age doesn't always correlate to color, as confirmed by an editorial response. Your Neopet is whatever you want it to be. Their backstory is yours to create, so if you want a baby Neopet to actually be a baby, or your royal Neopet to be a snooty teenager, then have it. For example, Boochi is painted baby, but we all know that devious little Bruce is quite a bit more advanced. Regardless of his actual age, he still uses baby talk as seen in Better Than You.
Help the babysitter, she says. I say babies are supposed to stick together. But no! Mummy said that I couldn't keep my ray gun if I didn't help the babysitter. How dare she do this to me? Nobody messes with my ray gun.
So, does he talk in baby speak because it's a side effect of being painted baby? Is it that he wants to be seen as innocent and cute so he can sneak in for the attack? Is it regression? Is that just how he talks? Am I reading too much into this? We know Boochi's mom is an active part of his life and allows him to keep his ray gun, only using a threat of taking it away when he doesn't do as she asks. Seems like Mischief runs in the family in some capacity. Further evidence proving his dad is the lab ray scientist. Boochi also provides some sick mom burns when you battle him.
Does your mommy not like you? Mommy told me about stupid pets, but I hadn't met any until now.
Man, what is his mom teaching him? In issue 588 of the Neopian Times, several users decided to collab and make their own prank for April Fools, with several articles, stories, and comics creating a character called Grandma Boochi. She used a tennis ball walker to zap unsuspecting pets elderly. From the article entitled Family Secrets, an interview with Grandma Boochi, written by user Chaoticitate, Grandma Boochi said the following.
Accurately, he should be called Boochi 5, seeing that he is the 5th Boochi to tease Neopians with the possibility of being turned into a baby. After all, we Boochis might retain our youthful looks for longer than the average Neopian, but we age nevertheless. I was not born this old, young man. We Boochis are born color changers. Consequently, we are also responsible for drenching unsuspecting Neopets with multicolored water, giving them a random new color. Perfect for venting pent-up adolescent energy. But of course, these writers added a dash of drama. The youngest Boochi seemed to have resentment of his great-grandmother impeding on his domain, as it was meant to be his turn. If you have an hour to burn, I highly suggest checking out issue 588. It's a hoot and a half. As we come to the conclusion of this episode, the last question is Boochi considered evil? He was zapping pets against their will, but he's nowhere to be found in the pages of the Book of Evil. Though, would it be fair to put him with the likes of Count Von Roo and Dr. Sloth? Perhaps he had a change of heart in 2014, and that's why he's no longer zapping. Or maybe his mom put parental restrictions on his ray gun. He still appears from time to time, only to psych you out. Maybe to see the panic in your eyes, have your heart skip a beat. Honestly, I feel he should get a job working at the Rainbow Pool or Rainbow Fountain if he loves color changing so much. He wouldn't be up to mischief if it's a part of his job. An encounter with Boochi could happen at any time. He may jump out of a bush and fire his ray gun at you on the way to the market tomorrow, or perhaps he'll never cross your path at all. Either way, you are wished the best of luck, regardless of which fate you desire. That's all for this episode of Neopian Lore. All characters and licensing belong to Neopets.com. Music was created by me, Krista. Today's composition is called Time to Play. I hope you have a lovely day in Neopia.